The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how to install the Ibos Light Intelligent Battery Organizing System. We'll begin by setting the jumper on the system controller. To do this, remove the slotted end COM port cap and gently slide out the controller interface board. You'll begin by moving the jumper to the position that matches your pool's voltage. In this case, our pool is 24 volts, so we'll need to move the jumper to the number 2 position as marked on the board. Simply remove the jumper and then slide it down on both header pins to ensure good connection. Later, when we plug it into a power source, you can count the number of blue flashes to ensure it is set to the correct voltage. We are now feeding the data cable and the power supply connector through the slotted end cap. Squeeze the end cap to help open the slot. This makes the job easier. Now you're ready to connect both the power and the data cable to the interface board. Then reinsert the interface board back into the enclosure, noting the slotted grooves that will help the board slide easily in. Push the end cap snugly back onto the controller. Note that a 25-foot extension cable is included with the controller, but you can use it anywhere in the system. Use the quick install guide as a reference reminder. Now we need to locate the power source. 110 to 240 volts with 50 to 60 Hertz works fine. Also included are additional plug adapters for international use. Mount the controller in a safe location. Also note the window on the side of the controller should be visible. Cable ties are included with every Sentinel and can be used to secure the controller. Additional 25-foot extension cables with couplers are available for order. Save the coupler for later use in case you need to join any of the data cables together to bridge gaps between the chargers. Note that this is a 6-connection coupler and it's important to use quality parts. Check the distance from the first charger. Always secure the cable using good cable management techniques. Additional cable ties are provided with each Sentinel for this use. Now, taking the first Sentinel, remove the slotted end cap from the Sentinel. Squeezing the end cap helps to open the slot further. Take care though not to damage the plug's tab, as this is needed to secure the data cable connection to the Sentinel's COM port socket. And plug the cable jack into either Sentinel socket. Now get the downstream Sentinel wire and also feed it through the end cap. Once you have the wire through, connect it to the remaining COM port on the Sentinel socket. Then slide the board back into the enclosure and slide the end cap back onto the Sentinel. Check that the data wires are routed as you would like them. Now when mounting the Sentinel, ensure it is in a visible location as to indicate to the operator that they are to take this battery when the blue PIC light is active. Once the cables are secured, then connect the Sentinel to the DC cables using the black quick tap. If you have not done so now, remove the protective shipping tubes that cover the sharp pin probes. Pull the charger cables apart and insert the quick tap between the cables. Keep the pin centered on the cable and push the cables fully to the bottom of the recess, allowing the pins to completely penetrate into the cable, squeezing on tightly, then secure with 2 cable ties. Trim the excess cable ties, secure the excess wires, and then you are ready to move on to the next charger. You can now repeat this process for up to 50 chargers. Connecting the Sentinel with the data cable into either port, getting the downstream cable, connecting that into the Sentinel, sliding the end cap back on, mounting the Sentinel, securing the data cable, and connecting the quick tap. Installing the final Sentinel. The only change with the final Sentinel is that we do not have a downstream Sentinel, so we will use the termination plug that is included in the controller kit. Feed the wires through, connect it to either side of the Sentinel, mount the Sentinel, control the data cable, and connect the quick tap to the DC cables using 2 cable ties provided. To ensure you have the correct voltage jumper position set, you can count the blue flashes on startup. The number of flashes corresponds to the voltage setting: 2 for 24 volt, 3 for 36, 4 for 48, and so on. The quality check. A simple quality check of the pool ensures the system is installed correctly. Perform this quality check after install. Disconnect each battery and then reconnect, observing the Sentinel. You should see an amber light come on. This confirms the Sentinel is properly connected. As a safety note, please turn off the charger before disconnecting. Another video will show you some troubleshooting steps if you do not see the amber light. For additional support, you can go to www.ibos-support.com for additional videos and documentation. Please install the operations placard in a visible area.